How Chandragupta Maurya defeated Alexander's army.
Across the sands of Persia and the plains of Mesopotamia, a legend was being forged. Alexander of Macedon, a young king with the ambition of a god, was carving an empire. His armies, disciplined and seemingly invincible, had never tasted defeat. From Greece to Egypt, cities crumbled before his onslaught and kings bowed to his will. His gaze now turned eastward, towards the fabled riches of India. Alexander's ambition knew no bounds; he would conquer it all. The Indian subcontinent, however, was a different beast altogether. It was a land of diverse kingdoms, ancient philosophies, and formidable warriors. Alexander would soon discover that India held its own destiny. A new power was rising in the east, one that would challenge Alexander's dream of world domination. His name was Chandragupta Maurya. Born into obscurity, Chandragupta Maurya was a man of destiny. Little is known of his early life, but legend paints him as a man of great charisma, intelligence, and ambition. He saw the disunity of India, the constant squabbles between small kingdoms, and recognized its vulnerability. Chandragupta envisioned a united India, strong enough to resist any invader, even the mighty Alexander. He began his rise to power by rallying support against the Nanda dynasty, which ruled over the powerful Magadha kingdom in northern India. The Nandas were seen as tyrants, their rule resented by many. Chandragupta tapped into this discontent, slowly building his own power base. He understood that to defeat Alexander, he first needed to unite the kingdoms of India under his own banner. The Indian subcontinent in the 4th century BC was a tapestry of kingdoms, both large and small. Each had its own ruler, its own army, its own ambitions. There was little love lost between them. This disunity was a constant source of conflict, weakening the subcontinent as a whole. The arrival of Alexander was a double-edged sword. It presented a common enemy, a threat that could unite the kingdoms against a foreign invader. However, it also exposed their weakness. Alexander's early victories in northwestern India sent shockwaves through the subcontinent, highlighting the need for a united front. Section 4. The Serpent's Bite, Chandragupta's Strategy. Chandragupta Maurya was not a conventional general. He understood that facing Alexander's army head-on was a recipe for disaster. The Macedonian phalanx, a wall of shields and spears, was a formidable force in open battle. Chandragupta chose a different approach, a war of attrition, of cunning, and of exploiting the land itself. He employed a strategy of guerrilla warfare. His forces, swift and mobile, harassed Alexander's supply lines, ambushed isolated detachments, and melted away into the countryside. He used the terrain to his advantage, forcing the Macedonians to fight on unfamiliar ground. Chandragupta's strategy was like a slow poison, weakening the morale and effectiveness of Alexander's army over time. Section 5. Echoes of Battle, the Clash with the Greeks. While history is unclear on whether Alexander and Chandragupta ever met in a pitched battle, their forces undoubtedly clashed in a series of skirmishes and engagements. The exact details of these confrontations are shrouded in the mists of time. What is clear is that Chandragupta's strategy took its toll. Alexander's campaigns in India were plagued by logistical problems, disease, and the constant harassment of Chandragupta's forces. The morale of his men, already weary from years of campaigning, plummeted. Faced with an enemy he could not defeat decisively, and with his army on the verge of mutiny, Alexander was forced to make a fateful decision. He agreed to a truce with the local rulers and turned back from India. Section 6. A New Era, the Legacy of Chandragupta. Alexander's departure from India marked a turning point in history. Chandragupta, seizing the opportunity, moved swiftly to consolidate his power. He defeated the remnants of the Nanda dynasty and established the Mauryan Empire, the first empire to unify most of the Indian subcontinent. Chandragupta's victory over Alexander, though indirect, had profound consequences. It established India's independence from foreign rule and ushered in a golden age of peace and prosperity. Under the Mauryan Empire, art, literature, and trade flourished. Chandragupta's legacy lived on, his name forever etched in the annals of Indian history as the unifier, the strategist who outsmarted a god king.
This show wouldn't be the same without you. Show your support with a like, share, and subscribe.